Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to the first and hopefully one of many NAAIA Florida live events. Very glad to be here today. We're going to give it about 30 more seconds to make sure that we have as many folks as can joining us. While you're watching, please remember to follow us on LinkedIn, Twitter, and Facebook, to share and like and comment. Anything that you can provide, any questions that you have, we'd be glad to tackle while we're going live today. And if you're not watching this live and you're watching it on a replay, please feel free to reach out through our website, www.naiafl.org, or of course, find us on one of those three platforms, and we're here to help you in your insurance journey in any way we can. Let's give it a few more moments just in case. And let me just go ahead and start to get going here. And I'd like to introduce to you these two amazing individuals that I have the opportunity to moderate this conversation for today. First, on my left is Sha'ron James, who is the charter president of NAAIA Florida. And on my right, we have N'Gozi, who is the national board member and the Agents Engagement Committee chair for National NAAIA. I am so proud to be able to be here with you, ladies. How are you all doing?
Great. I'm excited about this event and glad to be here.
Absolutely. It's you know, as we're all working towards all of the changes that 2020 has presented us, I think this is a great platform, a great opportunity that we have to reach more people and really to spark curiosity, right? So a lot of community building, a lot of community engagement that I know that as a proud NAAIA member myself, I can always appreciate about the organization is the way that the organization thinks outside the box to reach folks. And this is, I think, one of those great opportunities to do so. So without further ado, I have a few questions. I thought a few topics that'd be good for some of the individuals who maybe don't know much about NAAIA, might be able to learn. So N'Gozi, just because you're the national representative, I thought I might start with you. If you can give us a quick history and purpose of what NAAIA is, and just in case, the National African American Insurance Agents Association.
Definitely. So, you know, NAAIA is an organization that's been in existence for over 20 years, 2 decades. Most people don't know that. We've been around a long time. Started by a gentleman named Gerald Tillman, who was an independent agent, or still is an independent agent. And really, you know, the premise of him starting this organization was really to network, to identify other Black professionals, particularly agents across the US that he could engage with who looked like him. And now, granted, over the 20 years, we've morphed, we've changed, but our core premise and our core mission is really about diversifying the insurance industry and empowering Black professionals in this industry to be more than they are, to increase representation where there isn't any, and really to develop those individuals to become executives and leaders in this industry as well.
Awesome. And in fact, if I may, I think I recently read that Business Insurance has just nominated to induct both Gerald Tillman and Margaret Red, who is the current executive director, but the charter president of the first chapter, the Chicago chapter of NAAIA, into their Hall of Fame.
Definitely. We are excited about that, and congratulations to both of them. Both of them have been trailblazers in our industry and really moving the Black voice, the Black insurance professional voice forward. And so we're excited, and I'm sure they're honored as well as we are that IBA has recognized them for their efforts in their country.
Absolutely. Proud of that. Sha'ron, so now that we know a little bit more about what NAAIA is nationally, what sparked NAAIA Florida?
That's a great question, Alex. And as N'Gozi mentioned, NAAIA has been a network for African American insurance professionals for several decades. And African American insurance professionals in Florida have been a part of NAAIA for a number of years. A few years ago, now maybe about 3 years ago, a number of us across the state got together to charter a chapter in Florida. We were members of NAAIA, we were active in NAAIA, but one of the things that stood out to me when I joined NAAIA was that there wasn't a chapter in Florida. And we all know as Floridians that Florida is definitely a hub of risk and insurance. And so it was important for us to have a voice, for Floridians to be at the table as a part of this extraordinary network. And so we chartered a chapter 3 years ago. We are a statewide chapter, which is a little different for NAAIA, which means that we have members from the North Florida area through South Florida. And so we're excited about that. Again, the insurance industry and environment in Florida is unique. And so it's been very beneficial for us to engage across the state and to have people that we can reach no matter where we go in Florida. And so it's been an exciting journey, and we look forward to expanding and being more impactful in our work in Florida.
And so, you know, what are some of the work that I've done across trying to help our industry become more diverse? One of the things I always realize is how often we don't realize that a lot of these individuals who are already in our industry and haven't raised their hands. They didn't find an opportunity where they felt that that raising their hand was, in fact, I think one time that was specifically impacted to me was at an event where a former president of NAAIA National Quincy branch was speaking, and an underwriter from a carrier who was in the audience, you know, literally raised his hand. He had been there for 25 years, and he said he had never realized that there was an opportunity for this kind of community, this kind of growth within the African American community specifically. And so I'm really excited to see that work continue and grow here in Florida, because just like you said, we are a very insurance-rich state. We're very unique. And we have a plenty of individuals who may not realize that there's not only opportunity for growth within community organizations like NAAIA, but also that we may be able to empower others to join.
Absolutely.
To be part of the voice. And so I'm very excited about that. If you wouldn't mind, Sha'ron, would you let me know some of the events, what are the functions, the nuts and bolts that NAAIA is trying to do here? And then N'Gozi, if you could follow up nationally with some of maybe the events and so on and so forth.
Member engagement is something that is really important to us. One of the benefits of NAAIA, as we've talked about, is the network and being able to meet other insurance professionals. One of the great things that I love about NAAIA is that NAAIA represents all African-American insurance professionals, no matter what your specific niche is. So you have opportunity to meet adjusters and agents and folks that work in corporate. We have attorneys that are a part of the network. And so for us, member engagement is important. As a statewide chapter, our goal is to have events and activities post-COVID, and actually we did pre-COVID, face-to-face events. So if you are in the South Florida area, you can attend events in South Florida. If you're in North Florida or Jacksonville, we have activities for you in your area. During this COVID period, we're moving more to online. We had an outstanding membership event a month or so ago, very well attended. We had breakout rooms, so there was still opportunity for engagement. We're focused on engagement. We're also focused on community involvement. And there are a number of programs that we're involved in across the state. We were engaged in things that impact the African-American community, like voter engagement. Although it wasn't specific to insurance, that's something that's important to us as an organization. And N'Gozi, I'm sure, can also talk about our work that we're doing nationally with junior achievement. So there are a lot of opportunities, member engagement, community engagement, and also education. We know that as a professional association, it's important that our members get the credits that they need in order to develop professionally. And so we're working to provide more benefits that will definitely aid in professional development. So I'm excited about the things that are happening with NAAIA Florida, and I look forward to engaging with some of the folks that see this particular event and decide they also want to become a part.
So just to piggyback on Sha'ron's comments, I mean, I think she really highlighted kind of the core value prop, if you will, that NAAIA offers to its members. And, you know, we really try, even on a national level, to align with those kind of areas of focus. I call them kind of the pillars of NAAIA. Again, hitting back on that community outreach, community involvement, which is key. Secondly, talent development, professional development. So looking at that. Third, also looking at kind of membership values around what is important to our members. So making sure that's a focus. Networking is key, as Sha'ron mentioned, but then also getting to the point where we're bringing opportunities to the forefront, where it's really focused on business development as well. So we have a number of entrepreneurs within our ranks that really are looking for NAAIA to help them grow their business. A lot of our agents and our independent adjusters. So even on a national level, when we look at these areas of focus, we try to do it in a way that we're, to Sha'ron's point, we're engaging all of our members regardless of their discipline. So on the national level, we just had our leadership summit that was hosted and supported by the Hartford, one of our longtime corporate partners, that really focused on that professional development piece, looking for opportunities to help our members, grow and develop to the next level of their career path. We also have the Agent Engagement Committee, which I chair, which is focusing on helping agents, going back to the business development perspective. Where can you grow your business? How can you grow your business? Also assisting them with carrier appointments, right? Because that's huge in our segment of the industry. But then also looking at how do we develop and create more Black-owned agencies within the industry? And when we talk about the community outreach, love the work that Florida did, the Florida chapter did as far as voting, but then also looking at from a closing the racial wealth gap, how do we partner with other organizations to bring financial literacy and the education around insurance as a wealth building and asset protection tool? That is so key and so important to the work that we do. But then also in all of this, we ultimately want to bring awareness. So we look at putting programming into place that creates an awareness of who we are and what we are as insurance professionals. When we go onto college campuses and we recruit, right? A lot of us do that, not only personally going back to our alumni. Shout out to FAMU, all right? Rattler.
I wonder when that was going to come in.
I had to do that. Sha'ron is an alum too, so
it's all good. I knew it was coming. Just was wondering when it would be. I lost the pool though. I was under 10 minutes, so.
So when we go back to campus, whether it's a personal endeavor or professional endeavor, a lot of the students do not know anything about the insurance industry, about how vast are the opportunities from a career path, and the fact that regardless of discipline, regardless of degree, you can get into the insurance part. I call it the insurance industry, the take all comers industry, right? We don't care what you do, what your degree is in, we'll take you, we will hone you, we will develop you, and you will be successful in the insurance industry. So I think, we are programming, regardless of, again, if it's locally focused or nationally focused, is really about, to Sha'ron's point, the engagement, the awareness, and the development of our members.
Absolutely, absolutely. And I'm actually a living proof of that. I've been quoted with saying that there's only two things you need to be successful in the insurance industry: a license and Hungary. Right. Other than that, and thankfully, because of opportunities that have been created by NAAIA National and NAAIA Florida, not only do we have support from the perspective of what the industry has always done, we now have new support that are more tailored towards specific, peoples that can really help them come up. I'm a big advocate personally, from a perspective of an economic perspective, to what you were saying, and I know a core mission of what NAAIA does, which is to help the consumers at large understand the potential and power of the industry to help build wealth and maintain wealth, but not only that, find opportunities within underrepresented people groups where they can use the industry as a platform to build their personal wealth, their family wealth, their community wealth, because there just is so much opportunity within our industry, and I know NAAIA focuses on that very, very heavily. I'd like to take a real quick moment and thank everyone who's been commenting. Omari, Barry, Gloria, thank you for that great comment. That comment inspires these types of conversations and will inspire additional conversations because we're looking for people who are also excited and looking to push forward. And I'm probably going to say this incorrectly, so I apologize. Tandeka? Tandeka. Oh. Well, I appreciate that. Thank you so much for saving me right there, N'Gozi. Well, I mean, this conversation has gotten some great places. Sha'ron, is there anything? I know I've heard whispers of some opportunities that NAAIA Florida may be looking at. It's reaching out into students, college. I know that the student achievement program, we're going even further down the line, not just high school, not just college, but even primary, middle schools and elementary schools, which is fantastic. Is NAAIA Florida doing anything specific, with the schools here just yet?
Well, one of the things that we're excited to mention, and everyone will be hearing more about, is we're in the process of creating endowments at Florida State University and Florida A&M University. It's important to us that we have a ready pipeline of individuals looking to become a part of the insurance industry. And N'Gozi and I and Alex and I all know that we could talk for hours about opportunities in insurance, but it's important that we begin to develop that pipeline. And one of the ways to do that is to provide financial support to students. So my shameless plug is, if you're particularly affiliated with a company that's interested in helping us support that endowment, please feel free to reach out via LinkedIn or Facebook. We definitely want to engage with you. This is something that we're looking to set up perpetually. This is not a one-time scholarship opportunity. So again, there are ways that you can be involved, and this is one of those ways. So thank you, Alex, for asking about that.
No, absolutely, absolutely. And so, Omari, yes, you're right. You heard it here first, and that's exactly that's exactly the point of this. This is going to be the place where you hear it first. So look forward to future events. Sha'ron and N'Gozi, I can't say how much I've enjoyed this conversation. I really appreciate you both taking time out of your very busy schedules to help with this, and I'm looking forward to future conversations. Everyone who's watching, whether now or in a replay, please like, share, follow us on LinkedIn, Twitter, and Facebook. Please look up Sha'ron and N'Gozi on LinkedIn. They are very active. If you're extremely bored, you could look me up. I'd be glad to help with any way, point you to the right place. If you're interested in membership, please go to www.naaifl.org. It is the best value for membership nationwide. I've been around the country. I've seen a lot of associations. I can tell you that for a fact. Thank you, ladies, so much.
Thank you, Alex. Alex, one thing I do want to say again is thank you for your long time and long-term support of NAAIA, and thank you for being a charter member of NAAIA Florida. We definitely appreciate you and love what you do, and are very grateful. The other thing I'm going to say in closing is I want to officially pass the baton to Omari Aarons, who did a great job of raising his hand and giving us a shout out. If you don't know him, I definitely think that he should be one of the next up interviewees for this great event.
Omari,
so be careful when you engage on the NAAIA Florida Live, because you will be nominated as a NAAIA Florida All-Star friend of NAAIA Florida. So I'm nominating Omari for the next live. Thank you.
He doesn't have a choice. I'm going to find him. Fantastic. Thank you both so very, very much. Looking forward to the next one.
Have a great day.
You too.